The one thing Nicki and Cardi have in common that on the low may give their fan bases the ick is the simple fact that they're two badass Brooklyn brown-skinned girls that love a hood nigga with some toxic dick. Let's discuss. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Beasley here. I hope you all are staying cool, calm, and collected out there. So, did you guys miss me? Y'all, don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. Y'all, I be trying to be more consistent. It's my fault, but real talk, you guys, I've been, of course, as usual, like clockwork, going through some things. I'm gonna just rip the band-aid off and keep it real, you guys. I'm unemployed. I am currently unemployed. I got laid off for the second time in 2 years, you guys. In a 2-year span, I got laid off within the second year. So I got laid off the second week of July. The store that I used to work at got shut down. They didn't want to renew the lease, so they got rid of all our asses. You know, even though we were the top selling store in Houston, they still got rid of that ass. So therefore, I'm sitting my ass back on this couch, wearing this cushion out, and I just want to go ahead and talk to you guys, and I want to go ahead and do a video on Nicki and Cardi because that's the easiest way for me to get back into the swing of things and the easiest way to get my ass back into the algorithm. So one thing that I've noticed right now is that female rap is in a weird space, you guys. Real talk, y'all. Rap and damn near music as a whole is in the shits. It's in the pits. It sucks. Things are stagnant right now. I think everybody's in the lab cooking some stuff up for the most part. I think everybody's afraid to release right now, especially on the female rap landscape. The only person that's really making motion right now is, of course, Young Miami with the Spin That record. And you guys, I've been so bored and starved for new music that I've actually dipped back into an artist that I used to ignore by the name of Sexy Red. Y'all, I tried my hardest to ignore Sexy Red and her degenerate catalog and her bullshit music, but you know what, you guys? Out of my boredom, I've been listening to Sexy Red, and when I'm in that gym, y'all, that music, it be hitting. Y'all, that looking for the whole song. Oh my god, you guys. It has to be MK Ultra on her beats. Yeah, shake that asshole. Shake that asshole. Just all that aggression. Like, ugh. But you guys, I'm at a point in music where I'm so bored to where I'm just trying to meet these artists where they're at. So I had to stoop so low down to hell to meet Sexy Red in her music. And real talk, the only person making motion right now outside of Carisha and her are that what's that girl's name? Trims, the one that sings Coconawara. I'm turning tricks like your son and your daughter. Whatever the fuck her name is, she sounds too much like Nicki Minaj. Her mannerisms, her facial expressions, she low-key even looks like her, just like a darker skinned version of Nicki Minaj. And I'm not here for it. I don't like it, but you kids seem to like it. It is what it is, but it just goes to show that Nicki Minaj and Cardi B are the two, they're the two people, they're the toothpicks holding up the rap game. But real talk, you guys, the thing with Nicki and Cardi, I would say they both share the crown of the rap game right now. We have nobody else. Nicki Minaj retired her rusty crown, and Cardi B low-key holds the crown as the queen of rap right now, but she's not really fully embracing it because she doesn't want to be at the top of the rap game like that, even though she's at the top by default. But the thing with Nicki and Cardi, they're both facing just a lot of distractions, a lot of bullshit, and I just also feel like a lot of it is self-inflicted distractions and bullshit. But I want to first start off in this video focusing on Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj, y'all, it is so hard. For one, people still think that I'm a barb, you know, because I'm a black gay man. I wear pink. I wear Barbie stuff, Barbie merchandise. Like, even my cousins to this day still ask me, like, oh, but you're still a barb, right? But you're a barb. And also, simple fact with me, with Nicki Minaj, it's in a weird space because I respect what she's done in the rap game. I respect her for holding the shit up. Low-key at times holding the shit hostage. But I can't deny that she had longevity and she killed it in the game. But however, you guys, the problem with Nicki is that she is always on some bullshit. I was a barb in high school. Around her second album, I realized she was on some bullshit. I bowed out gracefully, but then I was brought back whenever she put out the Pink Print, which I still think is her best body of work. And things were looking good and hunky-dory after that, but then she started being on bullshit again and again and again, and it just became really hard for me to fully put my support behind her because she always does something to fuck up my support. And me, I am not a delusional fan of any of these artists and these celebrities. Like, for example, I love Beyonce, but even Beyonce be on some ish at some times. I'm the type of fan that will support you till the wheels fall off, but I will also call you out for your bullshit and won't tolerate bullshit from you. But the thing with Nicki is that she has created a cult like echo chamber in her barbs to where she has a bunch of yes people around her, and I feel like people in her camp don't ever want to steer her the right way, because she feels like everything that she does is right and justified. And y'all, the sheer fact that Nicki Minaj is doubling down and is still a MAGA mistress is absolutely insane. Like, I don't understand how somebody who has a fan base of black, gay, LGBT, trans people, like you name it, like women, black women on top of that, that's your whole entire base, but yet you are kissing the ass of a man who literally shits himself on live television that goes against the blacks, gay people, you name it. Like, he is a bigot and a piece of shit. And it's just so sad because she was literally the queen of this shit. She was on the top of the world, at the top of the charts, at the top of the music industry. She was right there with Beyonce at one point. And the fact that she's a MAGA mistress now is the sheer fact that she is allegedly going broke. Like, you went from the queen status, to now you're damn near close to being a pauper. And speaking of pauper and bedwitch-like behavior, if you guys don't know, this past week Donald Trump was at some press conference talking about a bunch of bullshit, and he literally alluded to the fact that Nicki Minaj is only good for twerking.
But after hearing the gunshots, many people yelled, "Get down," which caused Nicki Minaj to start twerking. Do you believe it? Get down. She's the only one that really understood what that meant.
So Nicki Minaj did everything she can to align herself with the Trump administration. You know, she went to all of the rallies. She doubled down at the rallies in her support for him. And she also chummied up with Erica Kirk's robotic looking ass. Like, she's really going outside. And literally this press conference, the way Donald Trump talks about you, that's how the rest of these Republicans think about you. This was supposed to be your nigga wake-up call. Like I said before, you guys, the spirit of the coon is real. It can hit you at different points in your life, especially if you're going through financial strife. Nicki Minaj allegedly is going through financial strife, so she had to go out there and shuck and jive and coon for a check. And never mind the fact that she literally blackballed herself out of the industry. Now, the industry has a lot of bullshit going on, and who's to say there wasn't a lot of bullshit being thrown at her? There definitely was, but a good chunk of the percentage of that bullshit was most likely self-inflicted. Now, with me, you guys, being laid off for the second year in a row, I don't want to fully shit on somebody that is going through financial issues. Like, I can't just make somebody's finances going down when I myself don't have like a full solidified source of income yet. But however, you guys, it's the simple fact with Nicki, the same people that you face and treat like shit on your way up is the same people you gotta face on your way down, because she's allegedly being sued for not paying for her tour. The people say that she allegedly has notices on her door. And it's sad with the fact that she lowered herself to date, marry, and procreate with Kenneth Petty, who is allegedly cheating on her and running up her credit cards. And that people say that he also allegedly had a baby on her. So when you factor in all of that and all that bullshit going on, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, like, I can't even fully make fun of Nicki Minaj because I'm at a point where I actually really feel bad for her. Like, I sympathize with her because, for one, you guys, now this is just my observation. This whole video is going to be kitchen table talk. I just feel like something mentally has not been right for quite some time, and it absolutely hasn't. Like, I was a big fan of hers, and, you know, when you aren't used to people really gassing your ass up, like, if you don't check that narcissism tick that goes off in your brain, it can literally take over your brain and low-key make you a little insane.
Dear Diary, well, the press is hot for me. They say I'm sexier than Tyra Banks. Julia Roberts gasped when she saw how handsome I was. Brad Pitt played me on SNL. Never mind that I set millions of children back years on their education. Never mind that the elderly are alone and afraid, dying by themselves. Yeah, the press is hot for me. They're really hot for me. I'm coining terms like Fauci ouchie. I've got bobbleheads. And if anyone asks questions, me and my gang ruins their lives. I'm writing an autobiography. I think I'm going to call it Fauci ouchie.
Especially with the sheer fact that if you don't have anybody in your camp to really, like, check your ass and get your ass together and bring you back down to reality, you're going to continue to go up and think you're bigger than the program and bigger than God's green earth. For example, you guys, I'll never forget, I forgot who was being interviewed. It was either Beyonce or it was Tina Knowles. So at one point, Beyonce, you know, when Destiny's Child was on the rise and people were starting to really see her as the prize, as the solo star, as she was going to be the one to break out from the group, she started to feel herself a little bit back in the day. Actually, she started to feel herself a lot. And it was to a point where she was, like, really kind of having, like, a diva bratty behavior. Like, I believe this was Tina Knowles saying this. And at one point, Tina Knowles popped her in the mouth and brought her back down to reality. And Beyonce's been pretty damn humble ever since, I will say. But it's the sheer fact that Nicki doesn't have people in her camp to bring her down to reality. And now it just feels like since she's living in an alternate reality, the reality is starting to, like, really, like, catch up to her ass, and that saxophone is starting to get louder and louder. But y'all, like I said, I feel bad for Nicki. Honestly, it's to a point where, like, it's easy to shit on her, but at the same time, it's kind of just like, girl, you don't have the mental capacity to fully understand that you are on a downward decline and spiral. But girl, I hope you get it together. I really hope you get it together. So shifting the focus to Cardi, I actually want to talk about Cardi, her alleged bisexual baby daddy by the name of Mr. Stefon Diggs, aka Mr. Big Bussy, plenty kids, furry boots, eyelids, and Stefon Diggs being sued by his alleged bussy brother by the name of Christopher Blake Griffin. Y'all, isn't there like a basketball player named Blake Griffin that also looks alabaster with hazel/green blue eyes? Anyways, you guys, Christopher Blake Griffin is suing Stefon Diggs because he allegedly digged into Chris and also ran off on his ass and didn't pay him for his services and all that. Y'all, there's a weird history with Christopher Blake Griffin. So he is an alleged industry stylist with no style. But he's a stylist, and at one point he was a stylist for Gervonta Davis. Is that how you say his name? But Gervonta Davis, that boxer who I at one point was a fan of, and then he ended up being a piece of shit, and I just stopped fucking with his ass and stopped paying attention to his ass, and I think the universe is now humbling his ass. But he allegedly styled Gervonta for a while and didn't get paid and tried to sue Gervonta in a similar manner that he's suing Stefon Diggs. But the thing with Christopher Blake and Stefon Diggs, this has been brewing for almost 2 years now. Like, I think I even talked about it briefly on this channel, like back around when Cardi B was rolling out her album and she was like steady, like defending Stefon Diggs, and it was basically like, I'm gonna stick beside him. But he wanted to sue him back then, especially when Stefon Diggs' brother assaulted Christopher Blake Griffith. Now, Christopher actually won that case against Stefon Diggs' fine-ass brother, but Stefon Diggs is probably the one with the money. I highly doubt Stefon Diggs' brother is going to be able to pay out. I think the judgment was like $12 million. This is off the top of my head, you guys. This is a kitchen table talk video with minimal notes and minimal effort. But the thing with Stefon Diggs, he likes to poke and choke, and therefore he ended up allegedly poking and choking Christopher Blake and also pulling a gun out of him and all that. And recently, there's been some forward movement in this case with Christopher allegedly turning over hundreds of text messages between him and Stefon Diggs. Y'all, his last name is so funny, Diggs, because he likes to dig in some ass. Now, y'all, I'm conflicted because I believe part of it is true. Part of it's true. The thing with Stefon Diggs, for some reason, you guys, whenever a man, especially a black man at that, has multiple kids and multiple baby mamas, 9 times out of 10, that dude is bisexual or DL. For example, guys, look at Diddy, look at Dwight Howard, look at allegedly NBA YoungBoy suspect ass. One thing they have in common is they have very fruity tendencies and they have very fruity proclivities. And like I said years ago, you guys, we are in the full manifestation of the big bisexual awakening. Like, these men are realizing that Bus is almost similar to puss. And it's just crazy, like, these men can handle a man in ways that they can't fully handle a woman unless that woman is wanting to be handled like a man is handling another man. But y'all, at the same time, you guys, when I look at Christopher Blake, for one, he has a history of suing the people that he's worked for. And then, y'all, when I look at Christopher Blake, this man looks absolutely crazy to me. From what I see in Christopher Blake Griffin, he literally looks like, to me, what Chris Brown would look like if he spent about 4 years in an insane asylum. But it's just a simple fact that there's a pattern of Christopher Blake Griffin constantly suing the people that he's working for. And were some of them justified? Probably. But y'all, I just have a hard time believing that this man's a stylist. Like, real talk, it's giving runner boy. And I hope that you guys know what a runner boy is. They're basically the people that run the supply to the people that they're working for. But moving on along, one thing about Cardi B is the sheer fact that she will jump to defend a toxic nigga. Especially a toxic nigga that showcase to you that they're toxic and they truthfully don't really care about you. You guys, this whole entire situation between Cardi and Stefon Diggs, in my opinion, should have never happened, especially with the fact that Stefon literally aura farmed the fuck out of Cardi B almost successfully. And now we know who he is. I didn't know who he was until Cardi B, to be honest with you, but here we are. Now he's a well-known celebrity, mission accomplished. But y'all, like I said, the one thing that annoys me with Cardi is that she will always jump to defend a toxic nigga that she still has feelings for. And she literally could be like making progress in life, moving forward, but she will always find a distraction to veer her off of her lane. And the main thing coming from her that's absolutely insane is literally her jumping into this whole entire situation to defend Stefon Diggs, who literally does not care about her.
I really hate how y'all got me defending a nigga. Y'all got me defending a nigga that I'm beefing with. And I don't like that shit. Like, I really hate that. But I'm not liking how it's one thing for the internet to give false claims and report false news, but for credible sources and credible people that's supposed to be talking about credible shit, that's supposed to be doing their research to talk about it, I really hate this shit. Because it's like, let me tell you something. When you sue somebody for defamation, like I sue somebody for defamation, there is nothing to hide. there is nothing to hide. When it's time to go to discovery, when it's time to do discovery, you gotta turn in all your phone, all your apps. It don't matter if you deleted a text, it don't matter if you deleted a message, they will retrieve it. This man is suing somebody else because they lied on them so bad, and they're trying to prove to the world that what this person said is a lie. And I don't like how everything has been on the internet from the beginning. This light-skinned albino came on the internet and told the story 3 different times. The first time was, I asked this nigga for some money, like he was my people, and he came and whispered in my ear, like, oh, you want the money, you gotta do this, this, and that. Then, when your story wasn't getting picked up how you wanted it to get picked up, you juiced it up and you spiced it the fuck up. And now it's, oh yeah, he was high and he pulled out his meat. You said 2 different stories. And what the crazy shit is that bloggers and people that's supposed to be making their research are not even doing their research to see how this man did the story 2 different sides. So imagine when somebody imagine a nigga being such a hater. You steal from somebody. You hate the fact that they didn't forgive you because you stole from them. You didn't like everybody around your circle knew that you stole. So what you did, you went and you put the worst allegations, the worst allegation on a man. I never seen another man want to be involved so much have those allegations with another man. Not only that, I never seen a man be obsessed with another man like that. Cause I got bitches and I got niggas obsessed. Be obsessed. But a whole man that got kids obsessed with another man is crazy. And on top of that, pocket watching another man is crazy.
So y'all, when I heard this audio of her talking and defending Stefon Diggs, it literally irritated me, and I just rolled my eyes because I'm just like, girl, you will never learn. You will never learn. You don't learn. You don't learn shit. But however, you guys, after Christopher Blake Griffin's baby mama came onto the scene and exposed some things, it had me thinking maybe Cardi's not entirely wrong about Christopher Blake.
To have a baby by your high school sweetheart only to find out that he would just grow into a scamming, scheming man-child who just refuses to get a job and just scams his way through life. He's tried to extort multiple people, NFL players, boxers, etc., lying on the internet, just attention-seeking behavior. You carry yourself with grace. You don't even address or acknowledge any of the crazy, weird, wild things that have happened. You just live your life. You don't ask him for any child support. You don't ask him to pay any of the tuition or anything for the child that you just love so much. And that's just the biggest, greatest blessing ever.
So like his baby mama said, and like I said earlier, it's a pattern of him getting into the camps of these celebrities, or farming, low-key probably sucking up the benefits, and whenever they discard his ass or they mistreat his ass, he goes to stealing. And y'all, the crazy thing is, Stefon Diggs went ahead and released some footage and some audio of Christopher basically admitting to the fact that he stole from Stefon Diggs.
And no one took it, bro. Yes, you did, nigga. Stop capping. Yes, you did.
Are these yours or Steph's? What about the bread? The cash?
Dollar bread. I want to know why niggas think they can steal though. I had no intention of stealing.
Shut up, Chris.
Then you would
No, I didn't take.
Listen to me. Shut up. So if he didn't give you the bread that you were asking for, you were going to take a bag of his shit to sell?
No.
Chris, shut the fuck up and call it Uber and leave.
I am, but can you just let me get my statement out, bro? Can you let me get my statement? Where's on this one? Bro, can you please not be physical with me, bro?
Chris, quit the victim shit. Bro, quit the victim shit, Chris. Nobody wants to hear that shit. Yes, you are.
I just asked him, bro.
With my kid, bro. You didn't ask him, hey, can I take a bag full of your shit?
No, I didn't.
You also didn't tell him. You also did not tell him, hey, I have a bag full of your shit, but instead, could you give me some bread?
Bro, I just talked to him as man to man, bro. I had no intention of letting down on my brother, bro.
Bro, clearly you did. Shut the fuck up.
I didn't take it.
I'll let you, girl.
People out here moving crazy.
I'm so stoked you're here. I've been working like balls over here for you. No cap.
But just rolled a lot more, so
So y'all, let's rewind a little bit. So like I talked about earlier, Stefon Diggs' brother ended up jumping Christopher Blake Griffith. And, you know, he won because basically the brother was caught on camera doing it. But my intuition tells me, and I feel like the brother jumped him because he got caught stealing. And I feel like he was stealing because, you know, Stefon Diggs is somebody that likes to fight and fuck his talent. And y'all, one thing that I've noticed, like lately I have been seeing patterns of rich men that are in positions of power that like to fight and fuck their talent and the people that are a part of their staff and their team. Like it's very weird. It's like the rich man feels like they own you and they're paying you so they can do anything they want to do to you. So they end up fucking you because they feel like, oh, you're here, you're available puss and bus. And then the employee feels like they're a part of you because you fucked them, so a piece of you is inside of them, so they feel entitled to your lifestyle, but then you end up fighting them because they want more of a piece of the pie than you're offering them. So it's like you fuck them, and a piece of them is inside of you, and they feel entitled because you've been inside of them, but yet you fight them because they're entitled to your money. Like, do y'all see where I'm going with this? Like, it's a full circle of life with fighting and fucking your staff. Baby, when I tell you the industry is just highly unethical, but this is what it is, especially because rich men are paranoid, especially rich black men. They're paranoid, so they keep a lot of people around them. They make their own echo chamber so that people gas them up and feel like that, they depend on them, and therefore, like I said, they're available, so they fuck them because they don't want to fuck anybody else, especially another man, because you're already paying them, so they feel like that person, that employee, that talent's not going to say anything. So y'all see how fighting and fucking your staff can lead to you just almost out on your ass. And the thing with Christopher Blake, he felt entitled to a piece of Stefon Diggs' life because allegedly he was fucking him and decided to fight him because Christopher wanted a bigger taste of that life. But anyways, I want to shift the focus back to Cardi. Cardi, you have an issue with purposely attaching yourself to toxic bullshit. Like, she had a lot of great things going on last year. She had a great successful album, especially when music is damn near dying. That album was great. I still jam it every day, to this day, in the gym. Love it. She had a great tour as well. When everybody was counting her out, especially when she was pregnant right before the tour, people were like, girl, you ain't gonna do this shit. And she did that shit, and it was successful. You have all this great shit going on. Stefon was on the decline, and you could have just continued to pay him dust, let him see his baby, and continue to pay him dust. But here you are defending this man, and I low-key feel like at one point y'all were like starting to talk to each other again and get back feeling each other again. But here you are defending this man that literally bought one of his mistresses and his other concubines to the same game that you were gonna be at. Like, girl, this man has shitted on you at every single turn, but here you are using your clout and spout to defend him. And then we have a whole nother toxic situation brewing with her allegedly dating the soccer player Maduka Okoye. Now, Maduka Okoye is fine as all hell. Would I fuck this man? Abso-fucking-lutely. But at the same time, I feel like y'all overrate this man too. Like there's been other fine men around. But I will say that this man is allegedly bisexual and also allegedly a deadbeat dad. That baby mama of his also put his ass on blast. And it's just crazy that, once again, you're attaching yourself to these toxic situations and these damn near unnecessary side quests that are just literally derailing you off of your true path to success. I mean, you're already there, girl, but like, it's like the gates of being the queen of this whole game are right there, and you just refuse to open the shit. And you're distracted by a bunch of bullshit. But yeah, you guys, I made this video to say that right now, female rap sucks. It fucking sucks. Music sucks. It all sucks. But we have two people that can save the shit that are constantly distracted with a bunch of bullshit. Therefore, with Nicki and Cardi, y'all are literally two sides of the same coin, and I just honestly want them two to get it together and potentially save music. Yeah, you guys, before I ramble and this video gets any longer, what do you guys think about these distractions and situations, these toxic situations that Nicki and Cardi are involved in? Like the Trump administration, cheating baby daddies, gay baby daddies, bisexual baby daddies, and bisexual men that just want to oral farm and get celebrity status off of them. But those are my views. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm going to come at you guys with some more content.